I'm curious that you always just stay in Texas with your symphonies. Did you ever want to move outside of Texas?
I have tried. I have applied for openings in other countries and in other states, but for some reason that never worked. And it just so happens that
Texas
everything
is
is Texas, and I am very grateful. I love Texas.
Well, I know that you've done a lot of guest conducting. Do you have any specific one that stood out as a very special guest conducting opportunity?
Yes, I've been very fortunate that wherever I go, they ask me to go back. I think they like it.
Yeah.
But there was one that was particularly exciting, and that was the Japan Philharmonic.
Yeah.
One of my very good friends, Motoi Takeda, is associate concertmaster of the Dallas Symphony. Well, many years ago, maybe 15 or so, he was asked to be a soloist with the Japan Philharmonic, but he was also suggested his conductor, so he chose me.
Oh.
So we went there, and I remember we did a number of violin concertos, and I've never really seen an orchestra as disciplined as the Japan Philharmonic. These individuals, 90 of them, they have several jobs, but they work so hard in Japan, to make a living. But these individuals in Japan, the minute I walk in, it was complete silence. You can hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
And then so I would start the rehearsal, and of course, I stopped, and immediately nobody spoke, nobody moved. It was total attention to you, to your indications, and they listened to you like if you were some kind of god. Attentively, and every single thing I said, they wrote it down.
Oh, wow.
Respectfully, they never addressed me. They always addressed the concertmaster so that the concertmaster could ask me a question.
Wow.
And their discipline was amazing. And then at the concert, they played beautifully. Well, they invited me back. And so, again, with Motoi as a soloist, and the same experience. And I tell you, the audience, the experience, the country, the way I was treated, and the musical result, such professional players. 80% of them, of the members of the Japan Philharmonic, at least at that time, were trained in either Berlin or Vienna. So you had that European sound in the strings that was very unique. The pitch, the oboe tune at 442, which is really high.
Yeah.
But they loved to have that
Brilliance.
European brilliance, and it was amazing. And I'm telling you, it was. I've never really have experienced that with any other orchestra.
Well, here's a good question for you. Do you ever bring in guest conductors into any of your symphonies?
I have.
Yep.
I have. In fact, I cannot do it all. So I am one of those individuals, conductors who, as I told you before, I had good teachers, and all of them said, Hector, when you have an orchestra and a good one, and they said you will. So when that happens and you have a need for a guest conductor, invite someone that is good, that can actually conduct. And so fortunately, I know very good friends who are wonderful conductors, and I have. And whenever I have a chance, I invite them, and they guest conduct. They're Plano and Irving, and this season in Corpus Christi I have 3. And in San Angelo, I had also about 3 or 4 during, course of the season on 2, and probably be more now.
Yeah. So your audiences know that if you're going to be gone, that they would be excited to see who is going to come, because you know that will be someone good.
Yeah. And then that way, your musicians, of course, respect you. It's always good to have a different baton, because an orchestra always grows. Sometimes, and then an audience also sees another, and it's not like I'm afraid to, fearful of somebody, liking me more than it doesn't exist, because we all have our own style. our own strength. So hey, I just love to have that camaraderie with my colleagues.
Well, that's exciting.
Yes.
So, 4 orchestras in 35 years, right? That's pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm very fortunate, I know.
Yeah.
I know. And very grateful too.
Well, we're very excited in TASO to have you be our first conductor spotlight. I think you have the most orchestras in Texas that we know of as a conductor. And I want to thank you for this interview and letting me come and talk to you today. And
It has been my pleasure,
get
Joy.
to know you a little
Anytime.
better. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.